Hi, I'm Allison.
Hi, I'm Justin.
And you're listening to the Otterly Owlsome podcast. Who knows what we'll talk about?
Okay, to catch everyone up, we're talking about possums and marsupials. Allison, continue.
No, have you seen a Goofy movie? The cartoon.
Oh, was that when I was a kid, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Long
When they
time.
go to the possum farm.
Oh, no, I don't
There's
remember
the
that.
little singing possum like Chuck E. Cheese.
No, I don't remember that part.
Yeah, they're in their little pouches and that. So I love that movie.
I remember. Did you ever watch Goof Troop?
Mm-hmm.
I loved Goof Troop. It's like every day when I got home, I think, in the evening. And then there's DuckTales, Goof Troop,
Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
I was
there was one I didn't like.
Darkwing Duck.
No, I liked Darkwing Duck.
I love Darkwing Duck.
And then Fresh Prince came on eventually after that. Who?
Legends of the Hidden Temple. I wanted to go on that game show so bad. I wanted to be a purple monkey, I think. That was good. I thought Silver Snakes was the fun alliteration, but
Yeah, I don't remember any of this. But I've watched them like crazy, so.
Legends of the Hidden Temple was the game show, and the very first obstacle was always pulling yourself across this body of water, it seemed like. And then they would eliminate teams as they went through, and at the end, they went through the temple. And there was Olmec, the big talking wall guy. No? Oh, okay.
The only one I remember that's kind of similar was and I don't even remember what it's called. We were do Double Dare or something like that?
Guts, where you had to climb the big mountain at the end.
And there you got stuff all over you,
Oh, that was Double Dare, yeah. But there was also Guts.
I don't remember that one.
With kids. Oh. Apparently we watched different TV.
But kind of similar.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we had only the antennas. We didn't have cable, so.
I think Guts and all of that was on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, we didn't have Nickelodeon.
Okay, because then we had Salute Your Shorts.
That sounds good.
That one was really good. Did you watch? So when I was a kid, I was really weird. I actually really liked educational type shows. Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, the actual game show, and they had those huge things that they'd have.
Yes.
I wish they'd bring that back.
I remember that, and I remember the actual cartoon.
Yeah,
I liked that too. Yeah,
but I liked the game show so much.
Wasn't there books as well?
Yes, I think so.
I think there was books. Okay.
Yeah.
You like musicals, right?
Computer game too, because we played it in elementary school.
Yes. Yeah.
I
remember the computer game. Yes.
No. Yes.
But you like musicals, right?
I love musicals.
I started, and I think I'm halfway through, and this is really going to either paint me really bad in the public or really good. I don't know. High School Musical, the series. I've
seen the box for it on Disney, but I haven't watched it. But I have seen all the High School Musicals.
Okay. Well, apparently, I'm guessing because there's lots of songs that everybody seems to know, so I'm guessing that's from the actual musicals. But it's just another teen.
Oh yeah.
High school. I say comedy / romance / feel good.
Yes.
Kind of thing, make everybody feel like they're loved. So I'm halfway through that, and it's been entertaining. But.
Yeah. When Glee was on, I watched Glee, and they had a competition, I guess is the word, but they had a Glee, kids who wanted to be on Glee went to a competition to be on the show, and it was actually pretty interesting.
Huh. I never got into Glee. I remember it being such a sensation, but
I really enjoyed Glee, but I love musicals, and I have no musical ability, so I'm extremely intrigued by talented musicians.
or during that time period when there's no words that describe, you can't put into words, but you can sing how you feel.
Also, you wanna know what's really funny? Over your shoe on your shirt, it's green, so it looks like
it's coming through.
Owl.
Every once in a while I get a nipple. Yeah, right there. Yeah, there it goes. I'm gonna have to bleep that out, I'm sure.
Just put
a what on it?
Just a little hoot.
A hoot, an owl over it. Yeah, there it is right now. Now it's seriously there. How was your vacation?
It was so good. I did. We flew to St. Louis. Got to see my sister. So that was good.
Didn't pick up the accent, I can tell.
No, I didn't. But her, like I said, might as well be her husband. I don't know if you've ever watched Bluey. I'm sure you haven't because
I put it on for the dog.
Okay, so her, like I said, might as well be her husband. Sounds like Bandit, the dad, like identical. Like he would be talking and I'd be like, what? But I got to meet my youngest nephew for the first time. Him and Dexter, literally 10 days apart.
Wow.
So.
How do they compare? Are they one taller, one shorter?
Big for a 4-year-old. I mean, he's like 100th percentile and everything. Like in photos at school, it's like all of the kids. And,
I had the same thought when you shared his karate award. I was like, wow, he does not look like a 4-year-old.
I know.
I'd say like 6. He looks 6.
The little karate instructor one day was like, now how old are you? And he was like, I'm 4. And he was like, really? And he goes, yeah, I'm 4. And he looked at me, I was like, yeah, he's 4.
Maybe you just lost a year. You don't remember a year.
It's possible, but he was born in 2018, so he'll be 5 this year. So I remember the year. Lots of bills.
Well, congrats on the stripe. Is it a stripe?
He got a new belt, so he's now a yellow belt. But the little kids have it's a white belt with a stripe in the middle.
Okay.
And so he went from a white belt to a white belt with a yellow stripe all the way down. So
that's already more than
I
I have.
What's next? Yeah. But
he knows more than I do already. So
those instructors have the patience of Job. So like the first several classes, I was stressed. I'm good now. He's not listening, and I'm like, this is your 30 minutes, and you got it. So, which they've told us, they're like, don't get involved. We'll handle it, and so.
That's cool. Yeah, kudos to them.
Yes,
but they don't have them all day 24/7 though. So
right, they have them for 30 minutes, and they just make them run, which is great. So I know he had fun. So we went. My uncle has a pontoon boat. They live literally on the lake, and like you walk out, take 3 steps down, and you're in your lake. We were on the pontoon boat, and he will pull a tube behind it. And when little kids are on it, he doesn't do anything mean. He's very nice. Well, it was my brother-in-law, Simon, the one that should be the husband, my son, and then one of their oldest kid. And I told Dexter, I was like, now you might fall off, but you're okay. You've got your life jacket, all this stuff. Do you still want to go? He's like, yeah, I want to go. And I kid you not, he had the best time until he fell off. And I think it just scared him more than anything because he was like, Mommy. And so we're trying to come around with the boat. My brother-in-law is like, she's coming, you're fine. Because he's just distraught because he can't find me because we're coming back around in the boat. I'm like, you're okay? He's like, no. I'm just like, I promise you're fine. And so he just latched onto me and it was almost like in that moment he needed to take a nap because he came and just crawled up in my lap and just collapsed. And I was like, I am so sorry. I was like, do you want to do it again? He was like, not today. I was like, okay. So.
God, can you imagine though, for a 4-year-old, everybody's gone all of a sudden and you're all on your own?
Well, my brother-in-law grabbed him, so he was right there with him. It was just,
okay.
He couldn't find me. So he was...
Stick him up in the air.
Well, I was like, I'm right here. And he was like, come get me. And I was like, you're fine, I promise. So...
I don't know how old I was, but there was a certain age where if I couldn't see the bottom of where we are, I was really scared because of monsters or whatever. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's pretty fearless, but then if something startles him, he's... we took my mother-in-law every year for her her birthday's New Year's Eve. And so we always go to a hibachi place for her birthday. And he had never been, so he went this year. And as soon as the fire went up, surprisingly, he got like started crying. I was like, what? He was like, there's fire. I'm like, at least you know it's bad. But yeah, flights were good. We didn't have any issues on flights. They were all on time. We got in early, like everywhere we went.
Were you there during the heat wave, or was the temperature okay?
It was pretty hot. I mean, the day we got in, there was a storm, but we got in super late. So it was like the middle of the night. But we went to one of my favorite beers, the Schlafly, and so we went to that brewery it's out of St. Charles, Missouri.
Okay.
So I mean, it's local to there. I've never seen it anywhere but there. So we went there one day. We went to Top Golf.
I saw that. Yep.
Yes.
David taught Dexter how to golf.
Yes, and it was the cutest picture I've ever seen. And he got so mad at me for posting it, but
I'm sorry.
I thought it was cute.
I didn't see anything.
No, it's a cute picture.
Is David not like his picture out publicly?
He's not a big social media person, and he doesn't like pictures of himself, and so,
Oh, more like self-conscious kind of?
Yeah, just he's not someone who here, I'll show you some pictures. Let me scroll up. You can see my vacation picture. Dexter caught his first fish as well.
Oh, nice. Did he gut it?
No. He wouldn't even touch it. He pulled it in and then wouldn't touch it, so...
I remember my first time. It was gross.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always gross, but it was really gross my first time.
Yeah. Let's see. So, this is my Australian sister.
Oh my gosh!
We only look the same from the nose down. We always joke that that's the only way you can tell we're related.
I hate we didn't get her on the podcast.
I know. That's my niece, Evelyn. So that's the one that's 2 weeks younger than him right here.
Okay. Do I need to blur any of this if we show it? No? Okay. Who's giving the thumbs up? Is that...
Thumbs up. He got to drive the boat. But yeah, you can see how much bigger he is.
So much bigger.
That was me sleeping. We're not going to talk about that. Yeah, so there's Dexter and my nephew Xander.
There's Xander looked taller than him.
Well, Xander's 6, so let me see. I was trying to get to there we go. So there's Dexter.
That's what he fell out of?
Yeah. So he got to sit there and lean back and yeah.
Yeah, it's usually fun because it's not as stable as a pontoon or a boat.
But he was having a blast. He was just chit-chatting with my brother-in-law. See, they're just sitting there talking. And so they got off. I was like, what were you two talking about? And he was like, sharks. I was like, all right.
And that's the guy that sounds like the one from Bluey?
Yep, and then that's their oldest son. But I was trying to find... Oh, it's a video. Yeah, my nephew fell asleep. No, this is the best picture. Hold on. Let me find
it actually doesn't look that hot. I don't know if you guys just photograph well.
Maybe. I don't know. It was pretty hot. You could tell I got sun that day.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah, David's going to love you for this.
It's fine. So this is my niece. This is Dexter, and this is my nephew who's 10 days. But this is my favorite picture of my niece. Hold on. It's going to progress.
What? He must have said something.
I was dying laughing. I was like, oh my gosh. And there's pretty files. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So we had a good time.
I'm glad you had a good vacation.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to get to the golf pictures. He would kill me if I did those. But that one picture was so good. I'm gonna.
Are you talking about the one where he's holding his arms? Yeah.
Well, no, the one where he's standing next to him with the club.
I thought there was one where he's showing him how to actually swing.
Yeah, there is. And then there's one after that he's swung. But yeah, I will be framing it. He can get over it. So
I'm glad they get along.
They do.
They seem close.
Funny. Well, they're just so funny because Dexter this morning, who was I? I was Bumblebee. He was Optimus Prime.
Oh, Transformers.
He likes to call my dad on the way to school. And so my dad was Megatron? Is that a Transformer?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
it's the big one, isn't it? No, Optimus Prime is the big one.
I have no idea.
Megatron's the bad guy. I don't know.
I don't know. Dexter likes the bad guys. Like, he likes Darth Vader the most. Like, all right, whatever. So, I'm like, yeah.
There's very few bad guys I like, but I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. But, yeah, so every day he's someone new. So sometimes I know, sometimes I don't. Oh, and David smoked more meat last night. He did a venison loin that turned out really, really good. We put some Jack Daniel's dry rub on it.
Sounds good.
What did you do over the 4th?
Well, I just have one quick question before we get to me. Are you guys still on this program, or is that kind of on the side?
No, we just, at the beginning of, like, usually on Sundays, we smoke meat because we'll, or grill meat because we'll use it, like, in a salad or something, like, for lunch. So we have, like, lunches for the week, essentially. Gotcha. Or dinner. Because we try not to eat out. Just because saves money and just healthiness. So we try.
That's good.
Yeah.
It sounds delicious. Every time we talked for the past probably 3 or 4 episodes.
I know. You need to come visit. Just take the trek down.
South Carolina in July.
I have a really fancy Walmart blow-up pool with your name on it.
How big is it?
I mean, adults can get in it. It's not little.
Like, can I swim a lap?
No. Like, if I laid down in it without water, because I would drown, there's, like, maybe this much room between my feet and the edge. So it's like...
You can't swim?
Well, I can, but if I just laid, like...
Right, okay. Gotcha.
So it's longer than I am, but not by a lot. So you can do
big
side
for him.
laps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and he just likes to run around and splash.
Yeah.
So.
It's a place to cool off. Yeah.
Yes. I lay in it and become a pirate ship. So I lay on my stomach and have, like, my arms over the edge so I can, like, watch the TV that we have outside or talk to David. And he has me put my feet up so they're like this and my feet are flat, and he sits on my feet and steers his pirate ship. So I am the ship. My feet are his driver's seat, I guess.
That sounds like David should grab a picture.
No. It's not.
It's an offering you can make to David.
He took a picture of me sleeping in St. Louis, which was not... Me and Dexter both just fell asleep on our recliner watching Sea Beast on Netflix.
Watching what?
Sea Beast on Netflix. It's actually pretty good. It's a cartoon, but it's good.
Sea Beast. Is it one of the manga stuff that they had a bunch of manga stuff coming out?
I don't know what that is.
I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but it's like Asian cartoons.
Oh, no. Did you ever see Klaus on Netflix?
No.
Okay, well, you should. It's a fabulous Christmas movie. But it was done by, like, the same people. It's just a cartoon, but it's about, like, a country, if you will, is trying to kill sea monsters. And,
CBC. All right.
Yeah, but I actually enjoy it. So we watched it twice because that's his current obsession. So
I try to watch. I think we've talked about this before, but like I have a drama, like like more adult type of thing, and then something to like release.
Yeah.
So it's either a kids cartoon or a High School Musical or something like that. Something that's not consuming brain power. I don't know. It's not a diss. I'm not dissing the other stuff, but
I'm trying to remember what we watched the other day. Okay, so we watched. I completely forgot. So there's a new Kevin Bacon movie called They Them.
Yes.
Okay, so we watched it.
Is it good? I haven't seen it.
So I never knew what was going to come next, to be quite honest with you. Like, we were sitting there and like it seemed really intense. And then, like, I don't want to say what happened because I feel like you need to experience it for yourself. Because I literally, like, I was late and David was sitting up, and I literally sat up and was like, what? Like, just, what? And so then the movie starts going on again, and then this, and I'm just like, what is happening? Like, did Kevin Bacon have nothing else going on? Like, what is happening with this movie? But, I mean, like, it started out really good. And then it just kind of, like, it's like if I were a writer, and I ran out of plot lines, I'm like, that was the dog.
It's going to come on the audio.
Yeah. They just, like, rolled the dice, and we're like, whatever it lands on, that's what we're going to add in this scene. So, I feel like you need to watch it.
Yeah, now I'm curious. You got me. Is it about gender identity at all?
So, the basis is it's a conversion camp.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. And so, obviously, I do not believe in conversion camps, but it's so weird. Like how, like it starts and it seems like it's gonna be like this really, really like good thrillery cult something, and then it's just kind of like, what? So it starts out really, really good. Like we were so into it, and then we're just like, what? So.
Well, I had the same reaction of what to the end or to the ending of the Fast and Furious movie.
I don't watch the Fast and the Furious movies, so you're not going to spoil. I saw like the first two, I think.
I've seen them all. I like them all. Yeah.
You and David then have that in common. He loves the Fast and the Furious.
I'm a big fan of them. Yeah.
No,
they're all the same. I admit they're all the same, but it's entertaining. It's action. It's like your summer novels. You know, it's just like it's entertaining. Yeah. Move on. But the ending, because they prep this one with it's the last one, and then the ending happens. You're like, wait, it can't be the last one.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, the place Dexter goes to, like when it's raining or too hot, the guy that works there, for some reason, I apparently look approachable, which I don't. But he always talks to me. So I was sitting there and he was like, are you excited for the Fast and the Furious movie? And I was like, is there another one? He's like, oh yeah, there's one with a baby. And I was like, I said, I saw the first two like when Paul Walker was still alive. Like that's the last time I saw one of these movies.
He was in this one too.
Paul Walker?
They bring him back, which I mean, it's like in a scene or here or there, like a flashback or something.
Okay.
But he's in this one too.
I was like, Justin, you know he's dead, right?
I know, and I'm like, that's one of the like celebrity deaths that really bothered me. I don't know why. Like every once in a while, like Robin Williams, Paul Walker.
You and David need to have a conversation about this.
Yeah, it's so yeah. I always get teary eyed when he shows up on that movie.
So
and they play that damn song every time. What's that guy's name? The last time you were here? Or... It's like the perfect song for someone you lost.
Yeah. So what did you do on the 4th instead of just talking about sadness?
I actually did a race on the 4th. I did a 5K, and that was fun. And then I washed all the cars.
All the cars?
With 3 cars. I watched. I started with one, and I was like, well, I might as well do the second one. I got done with the second one. I was like, well, I might as well do the last one. So it's like we have like 2 nice cars and 1 grocery car, or 1 car we haul stuff in.
Okay.
So we don't need 3 cars. I know. Please don't judge us. We don't do a lot over the top with the cars. Yes, we probably have to.
Not Lamborghinis.
No, they're all Toyotas. They're all under 25,000. And then that was pretty much it because someone who's related to you left us a big, huge RFP that pretty much took any free cycles that we had.
Well, I would like to say he's not related to me because that sounds yucky.
Oh, related by marriage. Sorry. I was like, what is she talking about? I was like, does she think I mean Brian? Like, what? But other than that, so work was busy because we worked Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Tuesday was pretty much this weird day in between.
Yeah.
But the race was fun.
Good.
And I was actually really happy, because I don't know if I shared this with you, but when I built that thing and I sent you pictures of in the garden that I'll post a video on here soon, I really hurt my back. Like, not to go to the doctor, but it was just like from stooping over and doing that. It was just every time I tried to run or swim for like the 2 weeks after, it hurt. Like, it hurt.
Oh.
And so the Tuesday Independence Day run was the first run where I really wasn't in pain. So that was nice.
Nice.
It was a good moment.
Did you get caught up on all your videos? Recording and editing? I don't know.
Never. I'm almost done with our Wednesday video that you should get to tonight sometime. And then I've got to work on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So, I mean, actually, they're recorded, I should say. They're in the editing bin. Yeah, they're recorded. And speaking of, I don't know if you're interested, but I basically did 2 weeks of integration videos.
What?
Yeah, so it's like Jira and Azure DevOps. Nice. So if you have new people or people who've never done an integration before, I could use subscribers.
There you go. I will send them your way, because I have a bunch of people. So. That was never my thing.
I like them.
Well,
I like them because that's really where, like, ServiceNow by itself is awesome.
Yeah.
But where it really shines is
yeah,
with everything else you can attach
I
to
know.
it.
The coolest stuff I've ever done was with integration. But yeah,
And
I've done them before. It's been so long. I can't. Yeah.
I'm not a negative person by nature. But I will say what I try to show in my integration videos, and this might be really helpful for your team as well, is that it never goes as planned, and it never follows the documentation. Almost never. I mean, maybe it's very rare that it follows the documentation. And it's that moment when it doesn't is what I try to include. So I don't cut it out. I don't edit it. I'm usually like, okay, I'm stuck. Now what do I need to do? Okay, let's go look at this. And I hope that people learn how to troubleshoot or figure things out by being able to see that and us not covering it up. So it's like, I think on this one where it was a big deal was basically the I didn't think the integration was working, but it actually was working, and then so I had to go back and look at something. But integration.
Yeah, I will say that's one of my pet peeves is like, if people don't try to troubleshoot before they just ask for help, like, just try. Like, no one's gonna. I'd rather you say, I tried this, this, and this, and then I could be like, oh, well, try. You know, like, at least tell me what you attempted to do.
And a lot of people don't know this. This is a PSA for ServiceNow, but ServiceNow does try to eat their own dog food, from what I can see, and a lot of their newer applications, they are trying to double down on Flow Designer and have their flows all in there. So a lot of times people will be troubleshooting and they never go look at the Flow Designer logs. And like for this integration or the two that I did last week, that's where a lot of the juicy details are of what's wrong. You just got to go in the Flow Designer logs. But there's certain people who've been in the ecosystem for so long that just still haven't embraced Flow Designer. And so they just don't think to go there. And it's like, it's right there. Allison's pointing at herself. I didn't mean that for you, but yeah, since you've
I did though. Like, I hate Flow Designer. Sorry, service. I just feel like it's so much more tedious, like, than before, where I could just go myself.
Yeah, it's getting better.
I know.
And there's rumors that
micro certs for our PLAs.
So I started on mine. It was for Flow Designer, I think, because I know Flow Designer. I could teach Flow Designer, and I started on the micro cert, and they've inserted a new course for Introduction to App Engine Studio, which I also can teach with my eyes closed because I know it really well. But it was just like they made you do everything 3 times, so you had to watch the instruction on how to do it. Then you had to do this weird simulator where you're not actually doing anything, but you're just you're following the instructions and filling out, and then you go into your PDI or your simulator thing and do the actual configuration. I was just like, this sucks for people who already know this.
Yeah. I guess if you don't work for a partner, PLAs are how we achieve our status.
Product line achievement.
Yes. And they are changing next year. And so my delivery managers have been working on finding out our gaps. And so it was funny because Stephanie was like, I assigned you some training to help with our PLAs. I was like, I need it anyway for CMA points. That's fine. So I have like...
Oh, wait, so they can assign people stuff?
Oh, yeah, we can assign things out in Now Learning.
That's cool.
You have to have certain roles, but with certain roles, you can assign learning out to people.
Y'all should assign me stuff. I'll go do it. Oh. I'm in Now Learning like every day.
Yeah. No, we can. So we need...
I'm the guy that ends my shows with always be learning. Come on.
Yes.
It'd be weird if I wasn't.
Well, so I sent David a list because we need certain pre-sales and sales certs, which I think you had all the ones that I think you and Jim and David had all of them. I think Brian and Connor needed like one for us to meet that whatever. Because we also had to do that sales and messaging foundations course. Have you done that one?
Don't like
Yeah,
that
well,
one
go
either.
do that one for us because
I think I did.
we have to
think
have like 60 unique people or something to do it. So what's interesting is this next year, you have to have so many CMAs and CTAs to be elite.
Ooh.
So companies that weren't investing in that and really understanding how that could set you apart I think it's 5 CMAs and CTAs. And we have 5 CMAs, 2 CTAs, and 2 more starting the CTA program later this month. So we're fine there. You have to now register all deployments. So before, if you knew someone was going to score you low, you didn't have to register it. So people...
I can edit this part out if you want.
Well, no, I mean, you can register the part, but you have to register all deployments, and you have to get so many responses, and whoever is listed, so I don't know if you've ever seen the deployment records, but essentially it's the name of the customer, what's being implemented, who all was a part of the project, and then the modules that were implemented. You have to tie a person to each module, and if that person isn't certified, it doesn't count.
So they're trying to guarantee that the properly trained people are implementing.
Yes. And so you have to have, I think it was, there's different percentage ranks for each like tier of partner. And so to maintain elite, I think it's like 85 or 90% of our deployments have to have certified consultants on them. So we had to go and see and they have this whole matrix of these equal this that would make you certified. And so Stephanie, God love her, went and did an analysis for me to figure out where our gaps were. So.
God, that's like a full-time job just to stay compliant. Jeez.
Well, I think, I don't disagree with some of the things they're doing. I think you should have to register your deployments no matter what.
The one that seems heavy-handed to me is the CMA one, given that I know how hard that is to get.
It is, but it isn't, because it's now been going on since 2018. So it's been going on for 5 years. And some companies have not thought it was worth
investing in.
And to me, and this isn't just because I'm a CMA, this is we actually brought this up, my cohort did, is we were like, well, what is going to make sure this certification stays elite and stays exclusive? And they were like, we want to cap the number of CMAs at a certain number. Right now we're thinking 200, and then we won't open cohorts until people don't re-up. So that way
die or something?
Huh?
Till they die?
No, so if you don't meet your maintenance points every 2 years, you're no longer a CMA.
Okay.
And so I think when I last heard, there were 60 people that didn't re-up in the last like several cycles. There's been and I know out of my cohort, there's been at least one I know of that completely changed careers. So he obviously didn't renew his. I feel like there might have been one other maybe. But someone told me there had been about 60 over just since 2018. There have been about 60 over the course that have either not re-upped or didn't meet which the points you get, the one that I thought would be the hardest has actually been the easiest one.
Which one is it?
I thought leadership was going to be a lot harder. But because I do the stuff with Next Gen, because we do this podcast, all that like counts towards thought leadership. So
Gotcha.
I've stopped logging those points because I'm over and I don't get anything extra.
Speaking of thought leadership, what I'm hearing you say is that there's going to be a limited resource or a limited amount of CMAs, and partners are going to be incentivized to hire CMAs, which that creates job opportunity for people who want it. So, and compensation, competition between partners to get the best CMAs,
or just to have them on staff.
Not all CMAs are alike.
They are.
There's no one like Allison. Guarantee you.
Oh no, I was nervous that whole class because I think I'm a phony. So the whole class.
No one has imposter syndrome like Allison.
That's true. That's very true.
Hey, do we need to look at calendars before we wrap?
Yes. Or we can wrap and then look at calendars.
Okay.
So.
Let's wrap.
Okay.
Any final thoughts?
I have a weird story for you real quick.
Ooh, I like weird.
So it's sitting in here. So it's raining. I don't know if it's raining there. It's like heavy raining.
Yesterday. Last night.
David's out in his office, which is a detached garage. And I was sitting here talking to Dale. And all of a sudden, like, I just heard, like, rap music. Which, normally, like, it's not that I dislike rap music, but it's more of, like, when I'm working out, I like it. Because it's more,
Gets you angry?
Well, I'm not angry. It's more high energy, I guess. And so I was like, what is it? I thought maybe David was, like, watching something on his computer and had, like, just come in and I didn't know it. And so I was like, Dale, hold on. So I go in there and I'm like, he's not in here. But I still hear the music. So we have like a Google Home hub or whatever with the little, in the kitchen, it's the one with the screen. And then in here and in David's office and in our bedroom, we have just the little speaker or whatever. Yeah. It was playing in our bedroom and there is no one in there. And so I was like, David, we're being haunted by a rapper. We just love rap music. Because we're never like, hey, Google, play whoever. So, yay, technology that randomly turns on by itself.
Well, it's happened during our podcast. Remember, like I'll get, and mine's not Google, it's the A word. Which, oh, by the way, okay, so I know you're a Walmart Plus fan.
I am.
I have discontinued our Prime membership. I did not renew, and we have doubled down on Walmart because, first of all, Amazon has sucked the past 3 months, and I want to go on record saying how bad they've sucked. Delays, stuff will like not get delivered, and they're like, well, we'll credit you when we get it back. I'm like, but I never got it. Like, give me my money back. It's been it's so ridiculous. So we're so over at Amazon. They can kiss my butt. So we lost the Prime subscription and everything.
Oh, but I love Walmart Plus.
I do too. Yes, we're converts.
Like, I think I've told you, I've only done the express delivery like once. I tried to do it when I was in St. Louis, but the Walmart there didn't offer it, and I was very sad. I was like, what am I going to do? Go to the store?
That's been the other cool thing that Amazon can't touch this is like when the fulfillment center can't ship it, it comes from the store. Mm-hmm. It's like they figure out how to get it to you, and I'm just like, I love you so much. Yeah. And I was a Walmart hater back in, like, I don't know if you remember, like in the 2000s, it was popular to hate Walmart.
I never hated Walmart, but I got Walmart Plus because when Dexter's here, he'll run out of stuff, and then if you've ever taken a toddler to the grocery store.
Nope, not on my list of things to do. Nope.
It's better now that like, but when he was like 2 and 3, taking him to the grocery store was like, because he wanted everything and he wanted a
We know who you are. We know who you are.
Toy, yeah. Just, So.
We're always the ones like, don't look, just keep going, don't look.
And then he talks to everybody now at the store too. He'll be like, do you know my mommy? They're like, no.
You haven't taught him stranger danger yet?
Oh yeah. But he's like, but you might know them. And I'm like, so.
Stranger danger applies to mommy too.
Yeah.
All right, well, this was good. We got episode 21 in the books.
Yay.
And we'll see everyone next time.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to stop recording.